maybe
Well, how
it's
about
all
people from
perspective.
Brazil? I mean, how badass are people from Brazil? And that's fucking paradise too.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
rough paradise. You know,
It's a little different down in Brazil. You know, I think
a lot of crime.
Yeah, I get them Brazilians a lot of respect. They you know, some of them, they really they come up out of nothing, you know,
Yep.
and literally
Yep.
out of nothing.
Yep.
And to build that respect around their community and stuff, I give it to them.
I do as well. And, you know, you got to give it up to them for creating Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, they essentially revolutionized Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
I mean, the Gracie family is the most important family in the history of martial arts. And what they did with Brazil and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and how Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu evolved in that country, you know, just they took to it like a duck to water, man.
Yeah, I wonder what it is about Brazil that was like the one place to stick. You know, I think
think
that's,
if that Count Maeda had gone anywhere else, if he had landed and talked to some other dude somewhere, I think they got lucky. They found Elio Gracie and Carlos Gracie, and they found some dudes who were just straight up warriors. And they taught those guys, and those guys were, I mean, Elio Gracie just really, him and Carlos just thought it through, and then were willing to test it in real competition against people much larger than them. The fact that Elio was a small man, he wasn't a large framed man, is the reason why Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu became so effective, because Elio had to fight off of his back. He had to tire out bigger guys first. They had to develop the concept of cooking your opponent. You know, all that wasn't in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. It wasn't in Judo. Judo's a beautiful, elegant martial arts with fantastic technique and powerful moves, but it wasn't Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is largely a part of this one dynamic, incredible family. And if you look at that family, all the fucking champions, Royce, Horian, Hickson, you know, I mean, come on, man. Hoyler.
There's hundreds of them, I feel
fucking
like.
crazy.
Yeah,
and now Crone.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, what a fucking family, man. Henzo.
Yeah. I mean,
Hyan. I mean, just Gracie after Gracie.
Genetics.
You saw Gracie like, oh no, killers, just straight killers.
yeah. I mean, the game has changed a little bit since
Carlson.
then,
Don't forget Carlson Gracie too.
The game has changed a little bit since then,
It
but it has been because of them. I feel like, you know,
it evolved in that area and sprung out. And of course, you know, obviously there's, you know, Muay Thai from Thailand, Dutch kickboxing, American wrestling. There's so many different factors, Russian wrestling, so many different factors that come into what we now call mixed martial arts today. But man, I just keep thinking that if it wasn't for that one family, who the fuck knows? Because the part of what made the Ultimate Fighter so spectacular, or the Ultimate Fighting Championship rather, in the first two ones, was Royce Gracie being this guy who's not this physically terrifying guy. Like if it was Mark Coleman, if Mark Coleman
200 pounds of
just fucking
muscle,
jacked, 265 with muscles up to his neck, straight up to the top of his head, his neck would just like come off of his shoulders. He was huge. If he won, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But when Royce won, everybody was like, shit, I gotta learn jiu-jitsu. Look, that guy choked that dude out with his legs.
Yeah.